So you're either going to be burdened by the amount of time and energy it takes to make positive changes in your life with payout, or you're going to be burdened by the consequences of not making change at all. And which would you rather be burdened by? Dr. Kashey here, and just wanted to remind you guys that it is worth it to audit other things that are more important than your current goals. Life is pretty stressful, imagine that. All too often a curveball gets thrown in your direction, and that may shake up your priorities a bit. When priorities get shaken up, nutrition, exercise, and sleep all tend to go out the window first. People just can't be bothered to maintain their health when other things come into their lives. And this is doubly true when people sacrifice their own health for the sake of somebody else's. There are times, may currently be a time where you have a lot of stuff on your plate right now. Difficult things. And thinking about maintaining any sort of nutrition or exercise program is just flat out exhausting. It does take a concerted amount of mental energy to continue to make decisions you need to make to continue progressing. The alternatives to that are just so much more convenient right now. If you just don't want to think about it right now, you have that option, but you will end up thinking about it later. Given the amount of time it takes to reach goals in health and fitness, there's going to be a point where it's going to feel like the amount of energy you put in just doesn't make sense, that it doesn't seem like it's worth the payout. And that having to make the decisions every day to keep you on the path really is physically, emotionally, and psychologically exhausting. When you do get to that point of exhaustion, you start to have those conversations with yourself that turn out to be pretty negative. Really, that you're tired of having to put all this effort in, which is a shorter way of saying you've reprioritized things such that whatever is currently going on is more important than your health and well-being. And that continuing on the path can really seem like it's more effort than it's worth. Just one more thing you don't want to have to deal with when you have an already full plate. Like everybody else. Is managing your intake and your exercise effort? Hell yeah. But how much effort is the other stuff in your life right now? Do you have to go to the hospital constantly? Do you have to pay for prescription medications? Is it a pain in the ass to go up and down the stairs? Do other people lean on you for physical support, like young kids or older parents? How much time do you spend worrying about and being anxious about how you look and how you feel and what clothes to buy and possibly avoiding opportunity, especially in places like your career, because of the way you feel about yourself and how assertive you may or may not be? Yeah, making these changes takes effort. It's a big fat pain in the ass sometimes, and it does require a good amount of time and energy, as well it should. However, with all the other things that are burdensome in your life, how many of those burdens actually have a payout for you? How much of those things actually pay off? Some things are just burdensome and always will be, with absolutely no light at the end of the tunnel. Just a chronic problem that will never seem to go away. But you keeping track and staying on track, keeping track of your health and fitness and nutrition, there's a payout waiting. There's a light at the end of that tunnel, and there's a return on your investment. You're going to feel buried in life either way. You can get rid of sleep and exercise and nutrition, and you can just replace it with something else that would bury you even more. Beyond that, your capacity to withstand stress is actually going to go down. Your stress threshold will decrease because you aren't keeping up on the habits that allow you to maintain higher levels of stress. Do you think that if you slept adequately, exercised adequately, and ate properly, that you would be able to handle more stress than if you didn't sleep, ate garbage, and didn't exercise? So you're going to be burdened either way. You can either be burdened by taking care of yourself and kicking ass, or burdened by all the consequences of not taking care of yourself on top of all the other issues in your life that are burdensome. So here's the kicker. What would you rather be burdened by more? Which burdens yield fruit, and which burdens yield emotional garbage? Yeah, this is a huge investment of your time, a huge investment of your energy, and more than likely, a fair investment in your finances as well. And there's a lot of crummy things you're going to have to do regardless of whether or not you change your habits. So is it worth it to really obsess about the little inconveniences that eating healthy and exercises may cause? Or is it worth it to see that even though this does take energy and time, and there is an investment, that there's actually a return on that investment versus just a sinkhole of emotional, like most other problems in life are? It's time to make yourself a list. Yeah, proper nutrition and exercise takes effort, but chances are, so are the reasons why you decided to make positive changes in your life. There's a reason you became interested in doing this to begin with. That garbage in your life is more burdensome than positive change. How you look, your current weight, how you feel, your day-to-day, how is that affecting you in a negative way? How does it affect your health? How will it affect your health? How does it affect your capacity to do things physically? How does it affect the way you operate and work and your confidence level with others? How does it affect your ability to have positive conversations with yourself? How does it affect your mood? What does it do to your self-esteem? How does your current situation, the situation that prompted you to start making changes, how is that burdensome for you? There is a reason why you're interested in this, and that reason has to be burdensome. So keep that in mind. Proper nutrition and exercise and sleep, it takes effort, but you are going to have to put effort into things regardless, and you're going to be burdened by things either way. So you're either going to be burdened by the amount of time and energy it takes to make positive changes in your life with payout, or you're going to be burdened by the consequences of not making change at all. Which would you rather be burdened by? Keep in mind that your current weight and possibly your current look and health may have long-standing and current health consequences, and that is a real burden. That is long-lasting. Making sure that you're concentrating your time and energy on developing habits, the habits required to continue to make progress, this energy becomes intermittent, and it's not as permanent. And the so-called consequences of making all these positive changes, not a bad return on your investment in any type of investment. Keep that in mind. Make the comparison.